Hey guys, it's Jim Chandler with Rock Your Best Vocals. Today I want to do a very special episode. This is how to sing like Tina Turner, Simply the Best. The reason why it's so special is because I wanted to honor International Women's Day. I wanted to honor Tina Turner. She has the most iconic song ever and the most iconic voice. It's so recognizable that I find these, when you can really mimic somebody's voice, it's very special because you can learn things from that you can bring to your songs or your other styles or however, just expand your repertoire, okay? So we're not going to be sounding exactly like her. In fact, I'm going to use my falsetto mostly. I'm not going to belt it out the way she would and use kind of the full voice that she uses. But I'm just going to approach it very gently so you can hear the nuances. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out lines from Simply the Best, or The Best is what it's actually called. And I'm going to point out, what, in my opinion, what makes that sound so much like Tina Turner. And then in the end, I'm going to help by really showing you how you can get these sounds with your own voice. And then, so by the end of the video, you should be able to really rock that karaoke night out that you want to do, or if you have a Tina Turner cover band or anything like that. This should help you. By the end of this, you should really be able to rock Tina Turner's voice, because this song will encompass all the styles that she does in her singing. And if you can master these, then you can pretty much bring them to any other song. So let's get straight into it, okay? Tina Turner, The Best.
I call you, I need you, my heart's on fire.
Okay, so with that line, I call you when I need you, my heart's on fire. So now again, when I do this, please don't freak out and go, he doesn't sound exactly like her. That's not the point. We're trying to mimic. And sometimes when you do the mimicking, you'll go a little bit overboard. Like when they do a caricature, if you've ever sat down and somebody does a caricature and they make your nose really big and your ears like tiny or whatever. So that's kind of what we're going for. So very breathy. I call you when I need you. My heart's on fire. Very nasally. Okay. My heart's on fire. Okay. So that's where we're going for.
Come to me wild and wild. You come to me. Give me everything I need.
Very good at enunciation. Give me everything I need. Give me everything give me. It's almost as if you try to kind of think of that nasal passage coming through, pushing it up through the nasal passage. But I'll get more into actually how you do these later at the end. So we've got really nasal. We've got a good breathy onset at the beginning. And if you've enjoyed the video so far and you're getting some kind of value out of it, please do hit the like button down there. It helps share with other people. So if you're getting value and you're appreciating, just go down there and just hit the little thumbs up just to show me that you did like it and you're getting some value out of it. And there's links down below if you want to support the channel. All the links are down below. Peruse those and see if there's anything in there that interests you. I do have a free course that's down below. So it is free, but it is of extreme value. We give you everything that you need to really, really get singing if you're a beginner.
Give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams. Speak a language of love like you know what it means.
Okay, so her enunciate. Speak a language of love like you know what it means. It's not straight. It's not. Speak a language of love like you know what. Speak a language of love like you know what it means. So it's really kind of twangy, Speak a language of love like you know what it means. And that is twang, that kind of real, that bright language of love like you know what it means. Okay, anyway, let's move on.
And it can't be stronger.
Okay, that part there. Take my heart, heart. Take my heart and make it stronger. Take my heart. So she's pushing that air up the. Take my heart, heart. She's allowing herself to do that sigh, that heart, heart. That a sigh is a technique where it's just like a sigh. That's what it is. Heart and take my heart. The beginning, you don't really engage the vocal cords as much. You're kind of really just, you're allowing the air to come up through your nasal passage and take my heart and fall into the note. Okay.
You're simply the best.
Okay, so on that, she's really belting, You're simply the best. She's a little bit of a glottal fry. Simply the best. You're simply the best. Now, that's a little bit overdone, but again, character. You're simply the best. If you can really get that, that's going to over-characterize it a little bit. And so it's going to over-accentuate, over-mimic it, but it's going to really make it sound like, like, for example, when you watch Saturday Night Live and somebody's taking off someone else, they kind of overdo it to make it that bit more obvious that that's who they're trying to take off. And that's what we're going for here.
Better than all the rest. Better than anyone.
So again, they're better than anyone. And she does that by, well, actually, I'll get into that a little bit more. Better than anyone. She lets that breath. Better than anyone. Instead of better than anyone. It's a little bit colored with that extra breathiness. Better than anyone. So it's just used to color that part.
You know I am, man. Stuck on your heart.
I'm stuck on your heart. Again, the breathy with the H. I'm stuck on your heart. And she does get a little bit of stuck on your heart. A little bit of that glottal fry in there, kind of like the Beyonce, what Beyonce uses.
I hang on every word you say. Tears apart. Baby, I would rather be dead.
So those bits there, they're very close to the beginning. Baby, I would rather be dead. Baby, I would rather be dead. They're really closed at the beginning, and that's called a glottal stop approach rather than, baby, I would rather be dead, rather than breathy, okay?
In your heart, see the start of every night and every day.
So again, in that bit, that glottal stopping. In your heart, in your heart. There's a good slide up approach. In your heart, I get lost. She slides into that. In your heart, I get lost. The approaches are very key to Tina Turner. In your heart. In your heart, she slides into them, slides, and it's always the approach with Tina Turner that I hear in my head when I go to kind of mimic what she's doing.
In your eyes, I get lost, I get washed away.
I get lost, and get lost. She's a little playful kind of outside of the actual like pitch that you would expect her to hit. I get lost. Instead of I get lost. I get lost. I get lost. It's a real kind of I get lost. It's a real southerny kind of feel to it. In your eyes, I get lost. I get washed away. Now let me just go back because it may be like completely off.
In your eyes, I get lost.
I get lost. I get lost. In your eyes, I get lost. It's kind of like that coloring. It's that saucy Southern vibe, you know?
I get washed away.
And then that approach as well. I get washed away. I get washed away. So again, it's with the approach. It's always there. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the middle 8 bit there, which is kind of a little bit different than the rest of it.
Each time you leave me, I start losing control.
Each time you leave me, I start losing control. Control. A little bit breathy there. Each time. You can hear that approach, though. Again, it's always the approach. Each time you lose me, I start. Each time you leave me, I start losing control.
Walking away with my heart and my soul.
And there again, that real glottal style. You're walking away with my heart and my soul. You're walking away with my heart and my soul.
I can feel you even when I'm alone. Oh, baby, don't let go.
Okay, really good glottal fry that. Oh, baby, don't let go. Oh, baby, don't let go. Real good glottal fry on that part there. Okay, so that pretty much sums up all the song there. So what I'm going to do is get into these bits, like the little tricks that you can use for that. Okay, so and here's kind of how you do them. Okay, so the first thing is the breathy. Now you have to have enough breath in your tank, in your lungs, to get those, you know, I call you when I need you, my heart's on fire. You have to have enough breath in the tank so you're not at the end of that line going, heart's on fire. Because you will run out of breath if you don't hold back your breath. You have to let out just a little bit. My heart's on fire, heart's on fire. It's just a delicate balance of letting out a little bit of air. And I think of letting out that air just from up here. My heart's on fire. Instead of pushing the air out of the lungs, you've got the air there and you just, my heart's on fire. If you just go, like hold your breath and then go, ha, ha. It's just the pushing the air out that's in your mouth. Try that. That is basically how you can get that without losing all the air that you have. And the other thing that is really key for Tina Turner is that really that twangy, call you when I need you, my heart's on fire. Twangy, nasally, heart's on fire. Come to me, wild and wilder. Very nasally, you know. And that's just the signature for her. Now, I'm probably overdoing it or whatever, but I'm just kind of bringing those points to you. So go. Try to think of. Call you when I need you. My heart's on fire. Heart's on fire. Again, this is kind of a caricature. It's going to overdo it, but this is the idea we're going for, okay? And then the last thing is really the onsets, okay? Well, actually, not the last thing, because we have to do the glottal fry, which how you can get that, okay? So the onsets. Come to me, wild, wild and wild. So it helps when you get that twangy. Wild and wilder. Almost every onset is like, come you when I need you, my heart's on fire. Come to me, wild and wild. You hear that at the beginning. Come to me, not come to me, wild and wilder. Come to me, wild and wilder. That's that stylistic approach of that sliding into and out of the nose. And with the cry, you know, we learned that as well. So it's just that approach is a slidey approach. Slide into the nose. That's what colors those. And then lastly, how to get that glottal fry. So the glottal fry, let's start it off in very gently. We're not going to push a lot of air out. We're just going to keep it very gentle. We're going to keep it in falsetto for the guys. Perhaps the girls, you can get it, but I don't want you to kind of belt that out. Oh! Oh! It's almost a Marge Simpson. Marge Simpson? Oh, it's simply the best! And you'll find that shouldn't hurt. So it's almost like that Marge Simpson. Oh! Oh, it's simply the... Oh! You know, but that Marge Simpson voice is a little bit too, oh, homie, you know, a little bit too breathy. We don't want to go for that. We want to hold the breath back. Oh, it's simply the best. You know, like nice, oh. So just try it really short and real gentle. You're going to feel it kind of rattle up there in the back of your, the back of your mouth, at the top of your throat, just there, not down in here. If you feel it down in here, then you're doing the Marge Simpson or the sisters, or it's like, and too much, or Krusty the Clown. Krusty the Clown, I don't think it does that because Krusty would damage his voice, plus the cigars. But it should be just really rattling up there at the back. You should feel it like right back up here at the back of your mouth and the top, very top of your throat. And those are called the false folds or the false chords. And those should be rattling. Now, don't worry if you don't get so much of a rattle at first. Just with practice, you'll kind of loosen that biological material up, those flaps, those false chords. Over time, it will kind of get more of a rattle. But at first, if you just go, you get a little bit, that's good. Just practice that at really low volume. Don't push a lot of, definitely don't push air through. If you can just hold your breath and, it's almost like a crow call, just at the back of your throat. Okay, so that probably is the most difficult of that. Okay, so that's pretty much it. By now, you should have all the tips and tricks that you need to sing like Tina Turner and kill it in the karaoke, or wow them at the next wedding you do, because they always hear this song at the weddings, right? Either time the band plays it or you hear it, the DJ plays it, but it's always played at weddings. So wow them at the weddings, kill it at the karaoke. Thanks very much for watching. Rock your best vocals where your best keeps getting better. See the links below for more information to support the channel. Thank you very much for watching.